In Florida, we call cases of children born out of wedlock paternity cases. It is extremely important to meet with an attorney early on if you have a paternity case. The reason being is that fathers don't automatically have rights to the children without obtaining a court order first. Mothers need to immediately retain an attorney to make sure child support is determined and set properly. Visitation. We actually call it time sharing in the state of Florida. It's extremely important to meet with an attorney that can explain what is an appropriate amount of time sharing given the age of the child, and can have the parents hopefully reach an agreement sooner rather than later on how often parents are going to be parenting the children and when. In Florida, to establish paternity, a complaint or petition to establish paternity must be filed by either the mother or the father, and in rare circumstances can be filed by the child. Simply having a name on a birth certificate listing somebody as the father of the child is insufficient to establish paternity, meaning that it's not enough to just have a name on a birth certificate to have rights to a father. A family law judge has to actually adjudicate a male to be the father of a child before that father has any rights to time sharing of the child. It is important for Florida parents to understand that the two of them, while they may have their disagreements, have to be in the business of raising the child and put the child's interests first. You want to be on your best behavior. If you're a father, you want to start voluntarily paying an appropriate amount of child support early. Number one, it looks good in front of the judge. Number two, it prevents you from having what are called arrearages down the road that you have to pay back. If you're a mother, you want to start letting the father have time with the child. You want to start gradually allowing the bond to ensue between father and child and not stand in the way of that. If your child is somewhat older and not a baby, it's important to make sure that your child has a picture of the father, that the child feels that they can pick up the phone and call their father, that you're really enforcing a strong relationship between the father and the child, even if you disagree with giving the father equal time. It's important to be open to time sharing. It's very important to understand that the court looks at what's in the best interest of the child. It's extremely important to be on your best behavior at all times. You don't want to argue in front of the child. You don't want to put down the other parent in the presence of the child or allow anybody else to. And you want to make sure that there's nothing that you've done that you wouldn't want a judge to have to decide upon.